Welcome to the Transform Sales Podcast, where forward-thinking business leaders come to share their experiences and ideas, learn from each other, and amplify their results together.
Hey guys, what's up? Amir Reiter here for the Transform Sales Podcast, the sales platform demo series. Ruben Dua, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm so good. Thank you so much, Amir. It's so good to connect here.
It's been 5 years since we've known each other. Quite the journey. Excited to see you guys continuously growing and innovating, and happy to show the world what you guys built.
You know, thank you for the opportunity. I mean, the most interesting thing from where I sit is that we're still trying to solve this problem of bringing the human connection back to sales. I mean, that's really we've been raised with this idea of stranger danger, and a lot of people in sales, they feel that. They feel their emails are getting ignored and their phone calls are getting ignored and their LinkedIn messages are going to the ether. And I think all of this comes from people having a natural sort of self-defense mechanism to people trying to sell them things.
Yep.
But the fact of the matter is that we salespeople are the ones that make the world go round. Without us, there's no life insurance and there's no homes and there's sometimes, the best things on the planet. So I'm here to sort of unpack this idea that if you go back to the human element, using technology, using AI, but bringing your best self forward, all of a sudden the doors open up for you and people can't wait to work with you. It just all comes down to trust, value, and synergy.
So this is the why, right? This is the why. This is why you built Dubb.
Yeah.
All-in-one video platform. You guys have evolved. I use it often, and I know that you probably added some new stuff. We'll show people later. But so you built Dubb to bring back that human connection for people in general, to bring it back.
It's the biggest struggle that I think that makes me feel the most empathy when someone is going and pitching and trying to sell and provide for their family and frankly provide value to someone else. That's what triggers the most amount of compassion and empathy within me. And I said, if I am suffering when I'm trying to sell and I'm trying to provide value for technology that I've built, imagine what other people in sales are going through right now. And when I started to unpack that and interview people on my podcast, Connection Loop, I realized that it actually causes a mental health epidemic within people where if you get rejected too many times, it takes a toll on you. And we're going to solve that problem. Amir is going to help you solve that problem with me.
Now I remember how I met you guys. I cold called your CRO. I should have sent him a Dubb video, but I didn't have Dubb then. But I cold called him and had a human conversation with him, and that's kind of how we built a friendship. And we were introduced, and so I'm all about that human connection. Let's talk about like who you serve best, right? So
let me give you a quick. I want to give you a quick compliment because there was something that I learned from you, which I think everyone should remember and realize. When you, and this is it's literal, but it's a metaphor. When you are cold calling and they ask you, is this a cold call? Are you cold calling me? Say yes. Don't say, no, I just wanted to verify your info or whatever garbage you're going to give. If they ask, are you cold calling, and you're cold calling, be like Amir and say yes, because instantly the person will say, wow, this person is honest. And I'm not going to put my defense mechanism up. I'm actually going to listen to them. And here we are in a podcast years and years later where we have a relationship based with trust. So thank you for your honesty.
I appreciate it. I'm innovating too. I got my demand gen guy here. Now what we do is the truth too. He literally goes, hey, Ruben, sorry to bother you. I was actually about to email you, but then I realized we never met before and I didn't want to be spamming you. So I actually wanted to call to just kind of earn the right to get that email and get the MQL. And he's at like 95% converting the MQLs because people are so used to this 15-minute meeting. That's a whole different podcast. We're not gonna get into that. I want to talk about Dubb. I want to talk about your best fit buyers. I know that your platform is pretty robust. Like I use it and I know that it's got a tremendous amount of bells and whistles and it's a best of breed product. But I want to get you to talk about that top 20% of the 80% of that you serve. Who is the best client for Dubb? Is it a software company or service company, or is it someone who struggles with that human touch in sales?
Cool. No, that's a great question. I'll share my screen in a moment and I'll show you kind of what the Dubb platform looks like. But to talk about our ideal client profile, it really comes down to this. There are some sales that do not require a human touch. There are some sales where it's a self-service situation. There's an advertisement, there's a landing page, there's some self-serve videos, and then ultimately there's a funnel that gets people to the checkout page, and then the credit card comes out and everyone's happy for at least a little while.
There are cashier check,
right? Or cashier's check or whatever it may be. Hopefully not IOUs, but there's another world where you need to have that human touch, that you need to have that human element where you walk through something, where you explain it, where you share your screen, where you go through case studies, you go through sort of scenarios. And then based on that, the right product market fit can happen. And then eventually a relationship can occur, which ultimately leads to a transaction. Dubb is very much so for that second product, that second experience where we do need to bring the human element back. So we don't service a lot of B2B, B2C companies, or we don't service a lot of e-commerce companies because frankly, it's probably not going to be a good fit for you. It's probably better if you use a product like a self-service product, a Shopify, something like that. Where Dubb will help you is if you want to pre-record your videos from your screen, from your mobile app, from your desktop app, and then send those either as a one-to-one video, a one-to-many, which is a campaign, to build an automated workflow, which you can do directly through Dubb, or to even host that video on your website. So think of yourself as a video is like cloning yourself. Each video that you create is like a sales rep for yourself. So don't be shy to get on video. And if you don't want to have your face on video, because we deal with people a lot that have that video phobia, which I understand, there's actually ways to not even include your face. You can just start with recording your screen or recording a Canva slides, Google Slides, presentations, websites, whatever you want to share.
Makes sense. I do a lot of I use Dubb for sales and customer success too, and internal meetings. But that's just me.
Yeah,
that's just me. Me doing that. But talk to me about like from a use case. Do you find that buyers of Dubb are using it to generate B2B leads and generate opportunities, or do you find that they lean towards using it as a customer success tool, a training tool? Is it common for people to use it for all those use cases? What's like the best use case?
well, I think that people definitely use Dubb for prospecting. It's very powerful to use this platform for prospecting, and let's actually unpack why. We've all been trained by someone to have good manners. When someone says hi, how are you doing, or hello, maybe we meet them at a Starbucks. You know, you have that etiquette because that's just how we are, right? It's very easy to ignore someone that cold calls you or sends you an email because there's no human being on the other side of that. There's some person that's a cogwheel of part of some larger revenue generating machine, and it's very easy to hang up on the person, right? The second that you add video to any type of communication, kind of like the way that you do this, Amir, is that you add that parasocial relationship, which means I can watch Amir on his video, I can look into his eyes, see where he works, build that trust factor, and then as a result, I can actually have that etiquette and I can say, I'm not going to hang up on you. I'm not going to ignore you. I'm not going to report spam or delete you. I'm actually going to be a civilized human being and let you talk for at least a couple of minutes just to hear what you have to say. If there's a good fit, then we can move forward. If not, then that's another case. But the idea here is that the problem that we're trying to solve is trust. And what we've built is a technology platform to be able to do that. So Amir, you have to share your link so that people can get a free trial and try this out for themselves.
Yeah, we are partners with Dubb. They are in our sales marketplace for anybody who's looking for this. And I do believe that you guys have a freemium product so for people to get started.
Yeah, totally.
Right. So you also have a freemium product. So you guys are rocking out that product like growth. Let the product do the selling, right? So anybody could try it, they could use it, but they want to use the advanced features. What I noticed when you shared your page was that you had a lot of views, which was nice, right? Everybody loves that million number. I also noticed that you have clicks on your call to actions. Can you walk us through where those CTAs come from, and maybe if you can verbalize the top case study you got in your mind? You don't need to name the company, right? But like how they leverage. I'd love to hear that, but I'd love to see that call to action, where it's coming from. Because a lot of companies out there I know also struggle, in my opinion, with creating an offer and updating their website, right? Their website stays the same for like 15 years. They're telling reps to go sell voice over IP, but their website says server services, right? So is it safe to say that Dubb also can help a company with a digital transformation by providing them this landing page that you're showing that can have its own call to actions and almost operate as a clear offer? Is that safe to say? And if that's the case, can you walk us through that?
Sure. Okay. So let's kind of unpack this at a technical level, but then how it converts to monetization and revenue generation. So we all want to record a video. We understand, hopefully by now, that by recording a video, we're effectively cloning ourselves and we're getting ourselves in front of someone else. So now we're in their email inbox, we're in their LinkedIn message, we're in an SMS, and they can watch a video of us. Maybe it's our screen, maybe it's our face, it shows where we work. It's a trust factor, right? So now all of a sudden that person is willing to actually give us a chance and hear our pitch. And that's, of course, where this all starts. It all starts with some sort of an elevator pitch. That is if you're prospecting. Then if you look on my screen here, you'll notice that once you've recorded that video, you'll have these very specific calls to action that someone can click on. So my moneymaker is book a time with Ruben, because chances are if I'm meeting someone like Amir, who has influence and who's a CEO of a great, large, growing organization, I want to book a time. I want to have that one-on-one meeting time with him. So he's going to Amir's going to watch this video. He's going to click on book a time with Ruben. And then after that, he's going to watch a playlist of videos. These are the Dubb testimonials. And how have you guys These are a demo. This is a 30-second demo. So even before I speak with him, let's say if we booked a meeting out in a week, before I've spoken with him, he's watched the video with me. He sees what I look like. He looks at me in my eyes. He sees where I work. He watches testimonial videos of people that have worked with me. He watches a demo of my product. And then he has a chance to go and learn more and even visit the website and even connect with me on social media. So that is called pre-framing, right?
I have a higher chance of converting as a client and not wasting your time, right? I think one of the things that we don't talk about is we are so hell-bent on this KPI of meetings that we don't talk about the fact that a 10% conversion rate and a 20% conversion rate is twice the revenue and 30%. So this also gives the buyer a little bit more control, right?
Yeah.
Which is something I think that a lot of leaders should want, because if you book a meeting with somebody who's not watched your website or your case studies, the probability of that converting is low. It's going to throw off your math, right? So I think there's a good reason why you would want people to review everything before they meet with you, because then you know they're serious too and they're taking the time to meet with you. So it's also a way, in my opinion, of doing some about prospecting, creating a landing page. You have your meeting, which means that people can become a sales qualified lead, right? If they choose to. They can learn more and probably download some stuff and become a marketing qualified lead. They can see your case study. So they're kind of getting this awareness, consideration, decision on that clean landing page, right? With the personalization, which is going to improve, obviously, converting strangers to leads, to meetings, opportunities, or conversion rates. Have your clients found that meetings that were brought in with Dubb have a higher conversion rate? Have you heard that feedback?
We have heard that feedback, and there is one constant when we hear that feedback, is that they've configured their account properly, which means they have a preset, they've got the playlist videos, they've got specific calls to action to help them educate those people. There's one metric that if a person understands this metric, they will go do the things that don't take a lot of time to do. It's a set it and forget it type situation. In fact, any new subscriber to Dubb gets an optimization call with one of our team members, that's a ton of value, because we're basically going to configure your account for you. And the one metric is the sales cycle. Like if you understand this metric that you need to have 6 to 12 touch points in order to go from lead to client, closed won, if you understand that the more touch points, the more high value touch points, the less the time it's going to take to close you, you're going to be super self-motivated to make sure that they're watching those social proof videos, that they're getting automated emails from you, those drip sequences, that they're getting a couple of emails and a couple of SMSs even, maybe even some retargeting. So if you understand that, and if you want to sell more in less time, then come over to us and we'll help you get set up, and Amir is going to train you how to do it.
100%. I actually do use it, and I like the one. I'm all about one-to-many with video.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you one last question before I let you go, because we're gonna do more of these videos. This is just the high level one. What's next for Dubb? What's on your roadmap? What do you see as the future of video in B2B?
Great question to close off on. So one of the things that we offer is this idea of real-time activity reporting, and by being able to track what each individual person is doing with our content, with our videos, we can understand how we can better personalize our information, how we can get the right information to them to help win them and have them become a client. Now, what we need to do that is artificial intelligence. So we've built an AI platform directly into the platform. It's going to allow you to help write copy, write personalized messaging specifically for that ideal client profile, and then integrate that into your one-to-one emails. Those are your personalized video messages. Or when you start to send email campaigns, that's one-to-many. all through Dubb. You can start to use AI to help you. What's the right subject line? What's the right body? What's the right video message? What's the right video script? If you start to get more advanced and you're using automation workflows, now you want to have the correct email and SMS sequences that go to the right person. What's the right subject? What's the right subject line? What's going to actually get those opens, those clicks, and ultimately those conversions? Data is going to help you do that. Automation is going to help you do that. But most of all, it's going to be you. And we're going to help empower you to do that all with this technology, because it's
awesome.
Yeah.
I know it is. I use it. I love what you're doing. It looks like you're making one of the best of breed all-in-one video prospecting platforms out there. So you're pumping in AI to help you write it. You also have SMS and email for those listings, and you have workflows. For anybody listening too, my understanding is that when you copy paste these videos, they work natively in Apollo, HubSpot, right? All those things. The GIFs will come out, the pictures will come out. So it works with those texts. This has been awesome. Anybody who's listening to this, appreciate you for tuning into the Transform Sales podcast. But more importantly, click the link, sign up. It's free. Use the product for free. Leverage these guys. They are experts. Ruben is an expert at video. I take my pointers from him. They're not leaders that just build tech to pay back VCs. They are leaders that believe in, I had to say it. They're leaders that believe in video, because it's not common, right? It's not common for a CEO to build a video software and be on the videos all the time, right? And I think that's what gravitates me towards you, is that you're not only a person who saw a problem and went to fix it, but you're also, in a way, a leading user of your own product, right?
Yeah, that's
you
it.
have 1 million views, you have 20,000 clicks. So I could stand by that. Anybody who wants to learn about your product, try it. They click the link below. But where can they learn about the best practices and tips? Where can they connect with you?
First of all, I would suggest that you click on Amir's link, because when you do that, you're going to automatically be a VIP. We're going to take care of you. We're going to make sure you have a good onboarding experience, a good VIP experience. So make sure you click on Amir's link, please. One thing I'll share on my screen as a final thing is our marketplace, which is, chances are, whatever you're already using, whether it's HubSpot or Salesforce or whatever it is, we've probably built an integration for it. We have hundreds of integrations by now. So chances are you're going to see something in here that you recognize and that you already
recognize them all.
Yeah. So these are all your friends, Amir. So whatever you're using, come on over, because we've all probably already built the integration to it. And guess what? If we haven't, we will for you. Just mention Amir's name.
Ruben, I love what you're doing. This is going to be one of many times that we talk and drill down onto into what you're doing. Thank you again for joining. And thanks, I'll let Amir. You go back to innovating. And everybody, thank you for tuning in for the Transform Sales podcast. I'm going to be tuning out. Ruben, you're the man, dude.
Thank you, Amir. Appreciate the time.